Hey everyone, I'm Rodrigo Andrade from watsonx.data product manager team. We recently announced watsonx.data managed MCP servers with a really broad set of tools that go far beyond query. You can discover and manage your engines, your catalogs, your schemas, your tables. You can create and manage your Spark applications. You can ingest data. You can analyze your query. So in practice, it supports different personas from the data lifecycle, from data engineers to business users. In this demo, I will walk you through a few examples. Let's start. And setup is really simple. Inside watsonx.data UI, you will find an MCP tile in the home page and also under Configuration AI. When you open it, everything you need is there. You get your MCP endpoint, your instance CRN, a summary of your available capabilities, and a link with a full list and usage details of all the tools that are available. And you also have a ready-to-use JSON for Bob, Cloud, and others MCP roles. With all the information already filled for you, the only thing you need to replace is your API key. If you don't know how to create your API key and encode it, there's a link to the documentation and also a shortcut that takes you directly to the API key management screen. Once that's done, you paste the configuration in Bob or Cloud or any other MCP roles that you want to use. So let's start the demo. I will ask what catalogs and schemas do I have available. If you are familiar with Bob, you'll notice that it clearly shows which tools are being used behind the scenes. So it's using list schemas, list catalogs, and here you have the answer. I have two catalogs. I also my schemas under these catalogs and also the engines associated with these catalogs. From here, I could create pause or scale engines, explore schemas, list tables, ingest data. So let's move to ingestion. I will ask create an Spark ingestion job to load a CSV file from my bucket into a new iceberg table called sales data in the banking analytics schema. Bob will start to create everything. You can see on the left side all the code that was created by Bob, and in the right side the tools that Bob is using to create it. Okay, now task completed. Bob create a Spark ingestion job to load the CSV file into an iceberg table, and I have all the details of this job, so I can validate if everything is okay. Let me expand my Bob to continuous now. Let me check the status of this job. It's not a big file, so I believe it will not take too long to complete. Yeah, it's completed, and Bob is automatically also calling the describe table tool to bring me a summary of the table that was created. And Bob is also telling me that the table is now ready for querying. So let me test it. Explain in simple terms which product drove the business in 2025. Bob will use this execute select tool and will bring me a natural language answer. It's a financial data set, so it's letting me know that Hero Estate Mortgage was the product that drove the business with some key insights, so it's also nice. And one important thing is using an agent doesn't mean losing control. So if I open watsonx.data console, I can see this exact query in query history. So everything remains fully governed and traceable. Now let's move to modify data. I will ask add a column called revenue tier of type varchar to the sales data table in the iceberg catalog. Bob will use the add columns tool and then describe table to show me that this column was created. I could now populate this column, but no, let's me jump to another thing. I want to analyze the execution plan for this query. Select everything from sales data where region is Pacific and client segment is corporate. Bob will analyze the plan for this query and will bring me a summary here. So I have all the information that I needed. And I have a breakdown of the execution plan. I have the CPU cost, the network cost, the performance insights, what is good, what can be improved, the recommendations. So it's also really nice and easy to use. And that's all for today. watsonx.data is your agent-ready data platform designed to let you interact with your data by intent, not by complexity. Stay tuned for more.